Alright guys, how we doing? Is the sound okay? Can everybody see, hear me alright? If you're out there, I guess. Just pop into chat and let me know. I think we should be good though. Bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Let's see if we can fix that. Well, we're gonna have to live with it. Let's see, I think we should be okay. Alright, so I guess we're going to go ahead and get started here. We've got this absolutely insane model here. This thing is massive, and honestly, I'm a bit overwhelmed. I don't really know where to start with it. I wanted to paint him in sub-assemblies, you know, keep the tail off, keep the wings off. But as you can see, there were some massive gaps along here and in the tail, around the neck. And I figured I would rather try to deal with this monstrosity all as one piece than paint it up really nice and then have to put putty over it and repaint it. So I guess let's get to work and see what we can do here. First step is going to be to break out the airbrush and prime the guy. So I've got this Stynal Res black primer. I love this stuff. Super heavy duty. Covers real nice. Sprays through the airbrush phenomenally. So we're going to load that up. Thin it down just a tiny bit with our airbrush medium. Just a couple of drops in there. And load up the primer. Oh, shoot. Making a mess already. Didn't have my needle all the way out in the brush. Man, streaming's going well already. Who we got there? How's it going out there? Sing man. Alright. Just gonna mix up the primer. Oh, you know, just painting minis. Can't have a bad time when you're painting minis. But definitely a little overwhelmed with this monstrosity here, so. Alright, time to get priming. I like smaller channels. Good. Good. It's nice to have that support, for sure. Alright. Alright, so far so good. Something I'm looking out for here is I had to do a lot of gap filling. There were a lot of big gaps in the seams here. So as I'm priming it, I'm making sure that the primer isn't catching on any of those edges, because that would mean that obviously I didn't fill it well enough, and I'll have to go back in and double check or redo it. So how's the audio, by the way? Is it sounding okay? Am I loud, quiet? Sounds perfect. Awesome. I actually, me and my brother did a stream on my Twitch channel the other day. We were playing Flesh and Blood. It's a new card game that's super awesome. We're really into that. And we didn't have any audio the whole stream, and I didn't know that. But nobody saw it, so that was good, I guess. Sorry, bud. I'll have to watch next time. Don't worry about it, man. You know, the first stream we did, we got a guy from Australia came and hung out. That was pretty neat. We got to learn the game alongside him, have someone to chat with while we're playing. That was fun. I think just the other stream, was a lot earlier in the day, and so I don't have no idea what time it was in Australia. But about to jump in the shower, but I'll keep your stream on. Guy from Australia, you should have him on if he can make it out. Uh, like have him come to the States? Is that what you're asking? Because that would be cool if that's a possibility. But gosh, so much area to cover on these wings. This thing is beautiful, though. Kind of heavy. Bit of a workout holding them up so I can get where I need to with the paint. can I do this so I can see the chat and my camera? There we go. That's better. Now I should be able to know if I'm in frame or not a little better. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm actually doing. After all, that is the goal. Right there on the tail. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. But that's one of those spots I was talking about where I had to do a lot of gap filling. And it definitely still shows up. So I'm going to have to work that a little bit after we finish priming and then reprime that spot. Oh, there's going to be some stuff that's hard to get with this all put together. But such is the job. And the other thing is there's not really too many good places to hold this bad boy. He's covered in spikes and they hurt. I've drawn blood a couple times while putting this bad boy together. What's up, buddy? Brother just walked down. Aren't you supposed to be doing your government work? It's lunchtime.
This is a really live stream.
Very live. Yeah, we have I think one viewer. One viewer, but he's actually in the shower at the moment. He's just leaving the stream up. I don't know. Oh, he's back. How should I handle my model if my sprayer clogs up and makes splurges on my model? Well, depending on how bad it is, you might be able to just scrape it off with an X-Acto. Oop, need more paint. Or you could strip it. Are you using a spray can or an airbrush? If it's an airbrush, just clean it out real good. You should be able to fix it so it doesn't make that mess, and then wash off the area that's messed up on the model and try that again. Otherwise, if it's a spray can, find another spray can with a cleaner nozzle and switch them out. See if that does anything. Why am I cleaning my brush? I don't need to clean my brush. I need to put more primer in it. little bit thinner. Back at it with the Stynel Res. Brush. So you skipping lunch today then?
I just had breakfast.
Oh. Yeah, it's a spray can. Not sure why or what happened. Maybe it got hot or something, but it almost looks like effect paint. My brother fixed it for me. It might be you just got the nozzle dirty. Whenever you spray, when you're done priming, flip the can upside down and spray it until like if it's black primer, it'll spray out black for a second, and then it's just gonna shoot the propellant and not the paint, and it'll come out with like a clear mist, and that'll clean off the nozzle, so it won't dry up and it won't cause you problems, unless there's something else going on. But that's what it sounds like to me. Oops. Keep it on. Here we go. Learned something today. Thanks. Hey, man. Not a problem. That's what I'm here for. Helping out the people. Huh? Being nice to people, yeah. Hey, since you're down here, do you want to keep an eye on the chat for me?
How do I keep an eye on?
Come sit on this side, and if somebody says something, let me know.
No one wants to see my ugly mug.
Well, no one's gonna see your ugly mug. There's the face cam, but this light is actually blinding my face.
I'd hate to show the internet world that you're the one guy uglier than I am.
So, when does your playmat come in?
It looks like it's gonna be by the 1st.
Okay.
But it's coming out of Indianapolis, so if it ships today, it could be here Wednesday.
I don't know. Shipping's still kind of a mess.
I know it is, but I would just like to have it before it goes grand tax.
Hey, man, he might pop in. Don't call him that. He's subscribed to me, I think, so.
I don't suppose that you have any idea of what the color scheme is going to be yet?
I mean, he's Smaug, you know? You gotta paint him like Smaug, so he's gonna be... the box art is really bright, but, I mean, it's gonna be the same idea. I'm just gonna go darker. I feel like in the movie he's darker than the box art for the model.
Mandela effect.
It's possible. But I like darker anyway. Makes it feel more like a bad guy. Dude, Smaug is gonna look badass
when you are done.
That's the goal. But yeah, the plan here actually is I have not painted a miniature to like my absolute best ability since shortly after I started, when I painted my Great Unclean one, which won the painting competition at my local Games Workshop store. But ever since then, like I've improved a lot. I've learned a lot of new techniques, and I've gotten more efficient at the techniques I already knew. But I haven't, put everything together on anything yet. So I want to paint this up to like as a competition piece, and if I end up going to Adepticon 2022, I'm going to enter it in Golden Demon. So this is going to be probably 100+ hour paint job, and I'll probably stream most of that if people enjoy it. But yeah, he's gonna look good. I hope we're putting time in on this one. I just wish there was a better way to hold him.
Did you already discuss with the viewing public the size of the tail?
We're not gonna bring that up.
I'm just talking about how big the tail is.
Yeah, the tail's pretty big. I haven't seen tail like this since my old college days.
Weak.
If anyone that sees this watches DGR, they won't think it's weak. It's a shout out. It's a reference.
I don't know.
Yeah. He plays Mario Maker, and that's like his catchphrase.
Competition. Good luck. They're gonna have to go against some Scott from.
You're gonna have to go up against Scott from Miniac. He really enjoys that stuff too. Yes, but the trick is the way Golden Demon is set up. It's by game, right? So you'll enter the Warhammer 40K competition, or you'll enter the Age of Sigmar competition, or for instance, this one would be in the Middle Earth competition. And like, according to Scott and John, Miniac and Ninjon from Trapped Under Plastic, nobody enters the Middle Earth one. So I've got a shot. Ooh, that should be more interesting, actually. You might win that. I'm sure you're good, though, too, but they're gods. Yeah, I only wish I was as good as them. But I don't know, like I said, this is the first time in a while that I'm going all out on a model. So I actually don't know what to expect with this. How am I catching the chat before you are?
Because my prescription isn't strong enough to read the comments in there.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you noticed how slowly I was reading them when I was reading.
What is up?
Well, I was watching your videos, then I heard you talking, and then it took like 15 seconds, and then I heard it through my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a delay on there, so if something bad happens, you can kill the stream so no one sees it. Or something like that. This is the third time I've filled this up with primer. I've got so much left to go.
Well, lunchtime is approaching over.
Lunchtime is approaching over. Well, it's nice to hang out, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I can help you with reading the stuff off of there. I just want you to know what an honor it's been to work with me.
Whatever you say, Captain. Whatever you say. Excuse me. Give this a little back blow. I can't find my pack of smokes. Ah. Yeah, I'm working on quitting that, actually. So far it's not going too well. Always have a reason to buy more. But think, is that all of it? No, it's not even close. We still got right here. I got another question for you about the audio. You said like the level is fine. How's the audio quality? Does it sound? Does it sound kind of similar to my videos, or does it kind of sound like I'm using a different microphone or something? Because when we were streaming on Twitch, the one time we did have audio, it was kind of rough. I listened to it back. I don't know if it was something I was doing on the OBS side or if it was my microphones, because I picked up some new ones. That was the only time I used it. I'm using my old one right now, but there's some spots I'm not sure how I'm getting with the airbrush. And then we gotta just get the foot. Sounds different from your videos, but it still sounds good. Maybe a bit less balanced pitch-wise. Looks like you don't have bass in your voice, more treble. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think it's something I'm doing in OBS, so I'm gonna have to look through that, see what's going on. I'm still trying to figure out this whole streaming thing. Oh, and heads up, I don't have a power supply for my camera, so we're still running on battery. It might die, but I have a full charge battery right next to me when that happens. Think we're good? Alright. I got so much primer here. We gotta get inside the mouth. That would be a good place to prime it. Oh, and then all up under here. Lots of weird angles on this guy that you gotta spray from. He's got all these undercuts and horns and pointy things. But you just gotta be patient, look around, make sure you're not missing it. Always go through and double check before you dump your paint out. That doesn't feel good. Ooh, we get to unclog the airbrush. So I think I just got some dry tip. So the first thing that I do, I try to see if I can just peel it off. Sometimes it's on the outside. Then we'll give it a spray. Yeah, we still got nothing. So what we do then, close up the front with your finger and then back blow so you get these bubbles. Let that die down a little bit. Do some more. And that's going to blow stuff around in there. If there's any dried up paint, it'll knock it out of the way, hopefully. And then I loosen up my needle and I just spray it. I just hold the air out and then I just bounce the needle in and out to break up whatever's in there. And hopefully that works. That way we can keep going. Then we'll have to clean it out once we are done with this color or empty the brush. Gosh dang it. Going to the gas station. Alright, we'll catch you in a bit. I'll still be here. think that's what we got. So just got to clean the brush out. Then we're going to double check, see if there's any gaps we got to fix again. So I guess now that I got nothing going on, it would be a good time to talk about my Twitch channel. So I was talking about it earlier. Me and my brother, we stream on Twitch. The channel name is the same as it is here, Hobb-y Goblin Studios. It is a tabletop gaming channel. So we don't currently have a schedule worked out. Right now we're just kind of hopping on whenever we can. But we're thinking about doing 2 days a week playing Flesh and Blood. It's a new card game by Legend Story Studios. Super cool. It's kind of like if an RPG was a card game, right? You pick a hero. There's a bunch of different classes for your hero. You can choose what kind of armor they're wearing. You know, their head, their chest piece, their arms, and their legs. And you build a deck around that, and everything that happens is, you know, based on your hero. Every attack comes from your hero. Every defense comes from your hero. It's an absolutely phenomenal game. So we're thinking about doing 2 days a week of that over on the Twitch channel. Then 1 day a week of a board game, so something like Dark Souls or Cursed City, and then a day of tabletop skirmish. So that would be like Kill Team or Frostgrave, probably, most likely Frostgrave. So if you head on over there, just give us a follow or whatever, so you know when we go live, and then when we have a actual schedule, we'll let you guys know, and it'll be a good time over there. Still trying to figure out how to do streams to 2 people, and I've only got 1 camera I can actually stream with. The face cam here is just my the built-in webcam on my laptop. So for this use, it's fine. But otherwise, it's kind of eh. Oop, that was not sealed all the way. Oopsie. Now what I got here is just 70% isopropyl alcohol. This is just going to help break up whatever dried paint is in there, shoot it out. That way, hopefully, I don't got to break the brush apart and clean everything. Got a new pack. Right on, brother. I don't know how long you've been back, but we are done priming, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I think I see a spot I missed, but it'll be okay. We're done priming. We're just cleaning out the airbrush. We're going to move on to the red just as soon as I make sure all the gaps are good. Oh, and you missed the plug for my Twitch channel. You'll have to go back and watch it. I'm not doing it again. Shameless self-promotion is not my thing. Jeez, it's almost been an hour and all I did was prime the thing. Where'd my cleaner go? Right here. Come on. Oh, we got a bunch of junk stuck in the bottom. Alright, we'll go for the heavy duty cleaner. I don't feel like breaking the brush down. Find your Twitch stream. Same name. Yep, same name. Hobb-y Goblin Studios. But yeah, there I just do tabletop gaming, card games, board games, skirmish games, whatever. We don't have a schedule yet. I was saying that earlier, but we're working on it. Right now, we just hop on kind of whenever we can. But we're figuring out a schedule, so we'll get that out there when we know. Oop. That didn't sound good. All right, we should be in business here. All right. First actual... Wait, forgetting to check my seams. Whoops. So this looks good. There's a bit of one there, but I think I don't feel like messing with it. It's going to be a competition piece. I should mess with it. I think it looks okay. I will probably go back and mess with it later. I want to get to the painting. I got to do this one on the tail, though, for sure. And this one on the tail. Other than that, I think everything looks fine. Yeah, all the other seams look okay, so I just got to mess around with the tail. Ooh, the neck. Got to mess around with the tail and the neck a little bit. Where's my file? Should be around here somewhere. Check camera battery. 35. We'll get there. Oh, come on. Where did I put it? I'll be right back. I gotta go find that file so we can take care of this mess. Just gonna... All right, I couldn't find it. Could not find it, but we will make something else work. Can we get this on camera? Yep, right there. So this is what I was talking about earlier. We got these seams where two pieces went together. They didn't line up right. That happens a lot with Games Workshop resin. So I filled it, but I did not fill it all the way. But sometimes it's kind of hard to tell till you get primer on there. But it is also, there's a spot where it's a little high. So we're going to file it down and then put more filler over it. Then I'll have to prime back over the filler. So I'm just going to take my knife, scrape away here. It's kind of rough here because now I'm going to have to sculpt in the little scale details, which is more work than I wanted to do, but you got to make it look good, right? And then I don't know if this other side I'm going to be able to get on camera and fix it. So I guess you're going to have to stare at the wing because there's just no good way to do this. Sorry about that, guys. I guess you saw the first side. I'll try to speed through this if I can. I think that'll do. Just put something over that, reprime it. And then the neck. Find a way to hold this thing. Jeez. Can we get this one on camera? I think so. I don't know if you can see that right there. Let's see. Pretty tricky to pick up on camera, but there's a bit of a seam that runs right here. So we're just going to do the same thing. What do you think of a black metallic so it shines a bit in the light? Might catch more people's eyes. I mean, anything's possible. I think what I want to do, because I want to paint it to like a competition standard. So if I want to have like that shiny look, I want to paint all those reflections myself as opposed to relying on, you know, the paint to be reflective. But we'll see where it goes for sure. That's definitely a good idea. Make it look a little reflective. But yeah, if I'm gonna do that, I want to try to do that by hand. Do like a NMM kind of a thing. Okay, this one's a little more visible. So, still just going through, scraping off the extra filler where it's high, and then I'm going to fill in where it's low. Hopefully be able to hide these seams a little better than they are. Just double check that the head looks good, because it's supposed to be, that was 3 different parts, so there's some seams there, but they look well filled. And those are going to need some more filler on top of those. Okay. Almost ready to put some red on him. So for filling the gaps, and you'll see this on my video that should be up Friday. I was gonna post the build video of this last Friday, but that ended up taking a bit longer than I expected. So we're gonna put the build video up this Friday, and then next Monday we'll stream again, some more painting. I know Monday at noon is kind of a weird time, but it's what works for my schedule at the moment. So, sorry if that's weird for your guys' schedule, but maybe things will change up. Oop, that ain't in the frame. But yeah, so what I'm doing here is I have some sprue goo, which is just some plastic cement that I melted down some sprue in, and that works wonders to fill these little gaps like this. And you just paint it on with the little brush, and it'll sink into those cracks and dry up, turn to plastic. It's really nice on plastic models because obviously it's plastic cement, so it's gonna also help as glue. It's not for second shift people. Haha, right on, man. Cover that. Let's see. Now we gotta figure out how to do this tail. You dropped the money on Smaug. Actually, man, I've wanted one of these things forever. Also, hi. I wanted one of these things for friggin' ever, but obviously they're expensive. But I found just a stellar deal on eBay. It was missing the base, so I got a decent discount on that. But I was stoked, so stoked. Yeah, exactly. I can definitely make the base. That's what I was thinking. And on the channel, I want to do a lot more terrain. Like if you look through my backlog, I don't know if you're subbed or not, but uh, there's a lot of painting videos. The original intention was to be a terrain channel because that's my passion really. Um, so like making the base would be an awesome video. So it was like a win-win, you know. It was a win that there was no base because I can make it, and I think that's gonna be fun. Okay. Now I gotta let that dry a minute. Tiny hole punch and some plastic for the coins. Yeah, most definitely. And the cool thing is, it still has... Oh, that's not going to show up. It still has the Bilbo. So all I need to do is the gold pile and the pillars. And then even if I wanted to, I could do a bigger base, do more of the area around it instead of just the gold pile. Yeah. So I'm just gonna throw some primer back on those areas where I scraped it away, and we're gonna finally be able to put some red on it. I think I'm gonna have to move the camera. It's kind of in an awkward spot for keeping things in frame here. So we'll do this. What? It's green coming out of my airbrush. Don't spray it. Did I just mess up? Or don't spray the camera. Is that what that was? We'll see if that works a little better. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Trying to not point the light directly at the face cam. I guess that's as good as it's getting. Alright, first color we got here. It's going to be Vallejo Game Color Gory Red. I don't know if this is the right color that I want to use, but it's the darkest red I've got. So if it's not what I want, we'll wash it down or mix in some black. I find, whenever I'm painting that worrying about the color, the specific color of the bottle of paint that I have is a waste of time. Because you can throw it on, see what it looks like, and it's so easy to wash stuff down or glaze it or mix in whatever you need to make the color you want. If you just sit around worrying about, I don't have this specific color, you end up just wasting time and you never get around to actually painting. So we're just using whatever reds I had. And this one happens to be Gory Red. Still trying to figure out how to text the thickness of the paint in the cup. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to look like in the cup, but what I do is just paint a little bit on the back of my thumb. And if it's fairly transparent, but it's not running, then that's about where you want it. Or at least that's about where I use it, anyway. Let's see. And just checking the box to see if there's any areas I want to leave the red off of. I think I'm going to do my best to leave it off of the areas where there's going to be black, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. Anywhere else, I'm just going to spray red and go from there. Are we still blocked up? No, we're good. It's going to be a little while before there's much interesting stuff going on here. Got a lot of space to cover with all these base coats. So it's kind of, here's what I'm going to do, and then we wait, and I try to fill the silence. But haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. So now we're just sitting here talking about how I don't know how to do that. So if you got questions in chat, throw them out for sure, because I think I'm going to have to break the airbrush down and clean it. I really don't want to, but we're not getting very good spray. And that would give my hand a break from holding this monster. Spray's coming back okay. Maybe I won't have to clean it out after all. Don't be lazy like me, guys. Clean your airbrush. Bad things happen when you don't. I just haven't learned from my mistakes yet. Also, don't lick your brushes, because that's gross. Oops. That is going to be black, so I don't need to spray that yet. I think I'm spraying black stuff again, but we'll worry about it later. Yeah, that's how you get COVID. What, licking brushes? But, you know, the green paint's just so tasty. Oh, we need more red. Ugh. Hand got caught in the model. Ooh. I actually think there's like no paint in this bottle here. That might cut the stream early. I should have planned better. Oopsie. That thing's just too damn big. Dude, it's massive! I was gonna paint it in sub-assemblies, but every seam there was just massive gaps. And I wasn't gonna, you know, put all this effort into painting it and then green stuff over my paint job. So I figured I'd try to deal with it like this, and I think it would have been better to green stuff over my paint job. Oh man. Yeah, it was funny when I before I put it together, the first thing I did was took the wing out and compared it to my face. It is bigger than my face. I don't even know where I'm going to store this thing. I'm going to have to build a shelf for it. I don't think it's going to fit in my display case. Even if there was room in my display case, I don't think it would fit. Is this about where we were? No, we need another. Those wings would look great on a night. Man, everybody keeps telling me all these cool conversions I could do with it. I couldn't do that. Not on a $500 model or whatever it is. Like, if you want to 3D print them, or if, you know, you're the kind of person that would recast them, sure, use them as conversion bits, but I couldn't see converting this thing. But yeah, those would look awesome on a night, for sure. Or even like, I hate the zombie dragon kit right now. For a moment, I really thought about making a zombie dragon out of it. But yeah, no, cutting it up is bad. I should get into recast just for kit bashing parts. Well, see, as long as you don't sell them, I think that's okay, right? And then obviously, if you're only using the parts to kit bash, I think that's okay. It's weird, right? I've never seen a good zombie dragon model. WizKids can't do it either. There's some really awesome like 3D printable stuff on Etsy and Thingiverse. There's some really awesome models. Ooh, I need to put more paint in there. We're too thin. But like the Games Workshop one is just it's ugly. I hate it. Doesn't even look like a zombie, and it's definitely not a dragon. Um, yeah, there's problems with that model. and like my least favorite thing about it is it does not fit the aesthetic of the Soul Blight Gravelords anymore. Like, I mean, when it was Legions of Nagash, it made sense. It looks like a worm. Yeah. But yeah, when it was Legions of Nagash, at least the aesthetic mixed in with the army. Like now that it's Soulblight Gravelord, sure it's basically the same book, but like the new Blood Knights, the new Vampire Lord, uh, the Vengorian Lords, all that stuff like has this, and then all the new um, Virkos stuff. Like they all have this aesthetic of like there's a classiness to it, and the zombie dragon is just rotting and nasty. Even if it looked good, I wouldn't like it for the army. We got a fuzz. Okay. They're all very regal, and the dragon looks like it's made of paper mache. uh, yeah, you're not wrong. That is what it looks like. Okay, paint is still too thin. Guess. We'll mix in a little bit of Mephiston. And a little bit of black. Ooh. That was a lot of black. I don't know if that was on in frame, but you're so messy. I love it. It all works out in the end. Trust me. Trust me. That's way too dark. See, normally in the edited videos, I get to cut out all the experimenting and the messing up and the making of messes. Ahoy! We're good. We're live, and we're messing up. Chat loves it though. All right, that looks okay. Oh man, I gotta try to not touch that wing with all the wet paint now. This is fun, and I mean that. That's not me complaining. I love the challenge. Yeah. What time is it? We've been at it for hour 15. That's not bad. How's the bat? Ooh, I gotta take a break to swap out the battery in my camera real quick. So we're gonna do that. I don't have anything to put my airbrush in. Oh man, I didn't think about that. I guess I hold the airbrush while we do this. All right. See you guys in a second. All right, we're back in. Good stuff. Good stuff. That works. Okay. Like I said, we're still figuring out how to do the whole streaming thing. So, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for bearing with me here. At least I was smart enough to have the extra battery on hand. Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. There is no good way to do this anymore. I've painted all the grabbable areas. That was a mistake. Streaming is so difficult. You have my respect. I appreciate that. I super appreciate that. Been a good time. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. I mean, I didn't. Obviously, I did not expect it to be easy. I don't think you're going to be able to pin that to a handle. Yeah, no, there's no way. I think I'm just going to have to work in sections and let it dry. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I started the stream. I decided I was going to stream because I've got this huge pile of shame and this backlog of stuff that I bought because I was excited about it and I wanted to do it. And I'm still excited about it, but between doing videos for the channel and I do a lot of commission work, my minis just get pushed to the side. So I figured, we do the stream. I tell myself I'm painting my stuff on stream, and that's gonna paint my stuff at least once a week. Oh, I've seen the video. Yeah, yeah. It's not as big as some people's, but it's getting there. Someone's got to send that to Dana Howell and find out if this only counts as 1 point. I think I could do the inside of the wing still. Okay. We have some workable area left, but I think, and I'm sad to say it, I think once I finish up with the red base coat, I'm gonna have to call it a day. Uh, just because there's nowhere left to grab this thing, and I've already there's a few places I've touched it that it's ripped the paint up because it's not fully set up. So I'm gonna have to let this sit before I can do much more to it. So we're gonna finish up the wings here, and we'll say our goodbyes. Oh man, now this camera angle's hard to get stuff on. Well, I'll figure it out eventually. You better do it on stream or I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, my plan is I'm only painting this on stream. So you have nothing to worry about there. Um, and honestly, with the amount of commission work I have, I really don't have time to paint it except on stream. So yeah, we'll probably do this for 2 or 3 weeks, take a break and paint something different, and then come back to it. And we'll probably go on a cycle like that. Um, did you come to plug Flesh and Blood? Okay, I already did that. No one was here when I was saying anything. Yeah, we got 2 of them. I already plugged the Twitch stream, so we'll have a chance at someone watching that next time. Alright. I think that's about all I can do for today, guys. So I think we're going to call it a day. I'm thinking next stream is just going to be next Monday. Otherwise, I might pop in sometime later this week, but expect Monday. Anyway, Friday is going to be the video of building this resin monstrosity. And then, like I said, streaming again most likely next Monday. Check out the Twitch channel. What is the Twitch schedule? Like I said, I think you might have been gone. We don't have a schedule set up exactly yet. We're kind of just hopping on whenever we have time. We're working on setting one up, and we'll get that out as soon as we know what it is. Does that sound about right?
Tuesdays, I think we discussed, possibly.
Yeah. It'll be 2 or 3 days a week for now. We'll probably get on that next week for sure. Or this coming week. Yeah. I'll make sure I get that out on Facebook. I'll mention it in the next YouTube video. All that jazz once we figure it out. Anyway, make sure if you guys are not subscribed, you hit subscribe so you can get notified next time I'm live. And have a good one.